welcome back if you've already seen my previous two videos. As I said in my last video, we're going to be talking about depression today. And I'm not going to go too deep into depression. I'm just going to touch the basics and give a definition to it and kind of state a little bit. I'll go more into how it can affect a person physically and mentally in later videos, treatments, and coping mechanisms. Those are going to be different videos. This is just me touching the surface. So, what is depression? The big question of today. It is a condition associated with elevated or lowering of a person's mood. It also is a serious mood disorder. It causes severe symptoms that affect how you feel, think, and handle daily activities. It affects your everyday life. That's what depression is. It's just this thing that is in your brain and the way you feel about yourself or the world, and it's just gonna constantly affect the way that you are and how you handle your day-to-day activities. It can range from being mild to severe. Some people can have it every other day, or maybe it doesn't affect them as much, to a person who depression affects their every minute of their life, where they can never get out of this constant cycle of being depressed. And it can lead to some very serious effects later on in life, self-harm, or maybe even suicide, which is not something I recommend you doing, because there's a lot more to life. And I might sound a little hypocritical because I have thought about suicide, but at the end of the day, I was brought to this world for a reason, and so many people are too. If you don't believe in that, and if you do believe in that, then great. So what are some risk factors for depression? There's biochemistry, which is your chemicals in your brain. Everyone has different chemicals in their brain. Some of them are elevated, some of them are unelevated, and they're lowered. So that can cause depression from when you're born, technically. There's also genetics. Families can pass down depression. The chemicals in your brain, your genetics, and how you're structured, you can pass that on to your children and to their children, to their children. So family generations, if you have depression, I want to blame that. Then there's also personality. People with low self-esteem and self-hate and just really don't like themselves tend to have depression because they don't want to live for themselves anymore. And some people really don't live for themselves at all. They live for others. That's what keeps them going, is living for their family or for their friends or for their significant other. There's also environmental factors. Environmental factors includes being constantly introduced to violence or neglect, or just never really being taught how to love yourself and love others can lead to depression. If you're always told by your parents that you're never good enough, that you'll never be good enough, that can lead to depression if a child takes so much of that. And a lot of people don't realize that they might have depression. And if you think that you do have depression, even the slightest bit, you might want to go check with a medical professional. Just really quickly go check in with your mental health and kind of answer some questions. That's how I was diagnosed with depression when I went in for my 15th birthday checkup. They gave me a questionnaire and I answered it truthfully. And please don't lie, because this is something that is really serious, and you shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's just really serious. So go check with your medical professionals, go check with doctors, ask them for a survey, ask them to see if you are diagnosed with depression for maybe that period of time, or in general in life. And depression is different from grief. I will let you guys know. So grief is when you lose somebody in your life, and you go through that high and low, losing someone from your life. But depression is not just losing things in your life, it's just not really wanting to live anymore, and just constant feeling of tiredness, not wanting to get out of bed, not wanting to do basic things like brushing your hair, getting ready in the morning. You just kind of want to disappear from the world. At least from my perspective, that's how I feel, that I don't want to do anything anymore. I just want to lay in bed all day and do absolutely nothing. I've lost interest in a lot of things I used to do, and it's kind of sad, but I've been getting back into the motions. That's the good thing about depression, is that you can kind of treat yourself and have either take medication or talk to people or do things that you feel that treats your depression for that one day. Just anything. So yeah, that's just the surface of depression, and I will talk more about it in my next videos. Thank you for tuning in.